Hey team, real quick, this is the screen that you should have been seeing in the latter half of that video. I apologize, I don't know why it didn't work. I just want to walk you through the few of the things that I pointed out so you can see the visual along with my lovely voice. I'm looking here at a sample MLA essay written by Vladimir Studentovich. You notice that we have our student name, teacher name, classical rhetoric, and our date. It is all double spaced here. You might notice our title here. Let's get to the main crux. At first, it may seem intimidating how many rules there are for MLA. Don't panic though. All the rules are very straightforward, and once you get used to them, they basically become a checklist you use when starting to write any new paper. The first and most important rule is that you use 12-point Times New Roman font. I was showing you that Times New Roman can be selected up here. Oftentimes the default for Google Documents is Arial. You need to make that switch. 12-point font can be found over here. It says that your teachers can on site tell the difference between 12 and 13-point font, and even between 12 and 12.5. So don't make your essay look longer by making the text look bigger. Note also that even your title is in 12-point font. It's not underlined, it's not bolded, it's not given any special attention. It should look like every line of your paper except centered. This is where you will center your alignment here on Google Docs. You click here, it goes left. You click here, it goes center. You want it centered. Then make sure you double space your entire document. The spacing mechanism can be found here where it says line spacing. You want to make sure it says double, and you want to make sure these are unchecked. You don't want it to add space before or after your paragraph. It says the same suggestion here. This is the one that trips people up. Literally every single line of the text in your paper, whether body, title, even your name, should be double spaced. There are no extra wide spaces. For example, up here, you don't want to put the header and then hit enter 12 times before you start your title. Way down here, don't do that. That's double spaced. Double spaced from your title to the beginning of your paper as well. Everything double spaced. If you're writing in Microsoft Word, you need to be careful to turn off the setting add space after paragraph or it will automatically mess you up. And speaking of spaces, use only one after periods and commas. So don't hit the space bar 12 times. After this, you just need to do it once. Okay? The last really important element to make sure of is that all four margins are 1 inch wide. You deal with your margins by going to the page setup feature here. As you can see, they are all 1 inch from the right, from the left, from the bottom, and from the top. You can set this as your default for future papers so you don't have to change it every time. And the last thing I think that I pointed out was how to do your header. If you take a look at the top here, you notice that this is higher than your left-handed header. So your last name and the page number should be 1 inch from the right, but a ½ inch from the top. This is quirky and different. ½ inch from the top margin, but still 1 inch from the right. So how do you do this? Well, if you've already got a header, you simply can click on it and go to options, look at the header format. See, this says it is 0.5 or a ½ inch from the top, which is what we want. You don't need to worry about this because we don't have a footer in MLA formatting, and you can make sure that looks as such. If you don't do it that way, you can format and go to headers and footers. It will allow you to create all the options for your header that you want, as well as the page number feature. You're suggesting that you want the page number in the header and that you want it starting at 1. So watch this video if you're ever in Google Docs and you're not quite sure how to format these things in the MLA format. This is your guide, and you have everything you need up here in the toolbars. You just need to know how to access them. Okay, again, sorry about that. Here it is.